are a lot of remarkable things about Nathan, Nwachukwu, and Maxwell Maduka. The first is that at just 21 years old, they have built startups, one of which was acquired by Nord Motors, and another that is backed by $1 million in venture capital funding. It is also remarkable that at 15, Nwachukwu started his journey as an entrepreneur, and losing an eye at that age wasn't enough to stop him. I learned a lot of skills, he said, and in just 3 years of learning these skills, he built Class, an educational technology platform currently used by over 700,000 people worldwide. Maduka's story is just as inspiring, and at a young age, he was the lead drone engineer in the Nigerian Navy. In this video, we'll talk about exactly the super advanced Nigerian drone and robotics factory that is manufacturing the most advanced drones in the entire region of Africa. These drones have been deployed in areas like observation, security, and also for mining purposes. In this video, we'll uncover all of this and show you how they are building these factories and manufacturing their drones and robots from scratch right here in Nigeria. If it's your first time on the channel, consider clicking the red subscribe button and turning on the notification icon so you do not miss future videos from the channel. He also built a company called Special Nova that specialized in building micro drones. Nord Motors acquired it in 2022. Today, terrahaptix is being built by Maduka and Nwachukwu, a drone company with an unexpected twist. These founders may have discovered the key to hardware successes in Africa. Hardware technology in Nigeria and most parts of Africa is scarce. This is because hardware is hard, and few entrepreneurs are courageous enough to venture into building a hardware company. However, there are pockets of people like Leslie, John Jumbo, and Mosuru Anifose who are bold enough to build hardware products. Nwachukwu and Maduka fall into this category, and according to Nwachukwu, as scarce as hardware technology might be, there is a community in Nigeria whose passion is building drones. That community is a big part of terrahaptix. Nwachukwu joked that they probably hired the entire ecosystem, while terrahaptix might just be a one-year company. The team behind it has known each other for years, so building was relatively easy. Building was also easy for Maduka and Nwachukwu as they are not first-time founders, so getting investors was not difficult. Deciding to build terrahaptix was born out of passion for Africa. I think I'm a Pan-Africanist, Nwachukwu says, and I want to see Africa work in my lifetime. He wants to build something that matters, something that will be a sign of hope for the continent. An Africa that works needs to be Africa that is industrialized, and hardware is to getting there. These were the words of Monsuru Anifose, CEO of Crystal Technologies, during a discussion we had last year. According to him, nations are expected more for a combination of hardware and software prowess than software alone, or each of them being stand alone. The importance of hardware-led industrialization is also one of the reasons the Nigerian government decided to usher in European car manufacturers to begin assembling cars in Nigeria in the 1970s. This plan failed by the 1980s, but maybe terrahaptix can single-handedly revive industrialization. However, hardware in Africa has its own unique challenges. Talking about a genius business model, terrahaptix has an ambitious dream, making Africa one of the top producers of drones in the world in the next 5 years. But it doesn't plan on producing drones and waiting for people to buy them. Instead, it employs a business-to-business business model known as the B2B model. If you are still watching at this point, consider dropping a like and clicking the red subscribe button so you don't miss future videos from the channel as we move over to the next stage in the video. Terrahaptix makes its money by getting big contracts from big corporations to produce drones in fleets. These contracts cover the entire production cost. Their clients usually include large oil companies that need drones for asset inspection. Interestingly, oil companies are saving billions of dollars using drones for their inspections. Per EPCM Holdings, the use of drones in the energy industry could save up to $90 billion annually. Even companies in agriculture, mining and construction need drones, and Terrahaptix counts them as frequent customers. Companies in these industries have been buying drones for decades, Nwachukwu says. He and Maduka didn't come up with the business model themselves. They adapted from Anduril, a $14 billion defense tech company in Silicon Valley that recently raised $1.5 billion in August this year. A former Anduril executive, Elliot Spence, is on the board of Terrahaptix as an investor and an advisor. To compete and complete the Anduril model, Terrahaptix uses the money it could have used for drone production to fund research and development. We use our money for R&D and do early research that leads to the creation of demonstrators. We then use these demonstrators to get contracts that are called just-in-time manufacturing. So once the contract comes, you cover the production and produce exactly what is stated there, nothing more and nothing less. The copied Anduril model is not what makes Terrahaptix model genius. It's how it keeps clients paying even after the contract to create drones has ended. Nwachukwu explains that the original idea for Terrahaptix was to be a software company, and before the product was launched, they had built a software product called Artemis. Artemis is an AI-powered command and control software built by Terrahaptix. It acts as an AI pilot for drones, making them autonomous, a feature clients pay for annually, providing Terrahaptix with a steady stream of revenue. The company, which is almost a year old, has already made $1.6 million in total revenue, and Nwachukwu reveals that they will probably cross $3 million before the year ends, doubling what they did in 10 months in just 2. Terrahaptix has been landing deals, and in August, it won a $500,000 contract to supply 70 Archer drones to Ghana. The contract came from GEM Solutions, a drone service provider that has been using a European UAS before deciding to switch to Terrahaptix. The reason for this switch lies in the Nigerian company's competitive advantages, which includes lower priced drones and impeccable after-sales service. When you are playing in a space where most of your competitors are foreign players with deep pockets, having a strong competitive advantage is important. For example, GEM Solutions, which had been buying drones from a European company, paid almost triple for those compared to Terrahaptix drones. Nwachukwu confirmed that Terrahaptix drones are priced 55% lower than competitors, a great deal even for oil companies with deep pockets. And the price point isn't possible because Terrahaptix sources materials locally, and 80% of those materials are sourced locally. However, sensors and cameras are mostly obtained from China. Cracking how to make their own sensors and cameras could be a major game changer for Terrahaptix. If you've already watched this point, ensure that you click the red subscribe button and turn on the notification icon so you do not miss future videos from the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and share the video with your friends who want to learn more about the technology landscape in Nigeria and how startups are changing the game.